Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical. It's Saturday and the weather's nice. Winter is definitely gone, and I hope you guys are all doing well. It's been some time since I posted a video. I apologize for that. I've been kind of tied up on some legal issues. My time has been spent working with my attorneys, and it ain't no big deal, but you know how it is, man. You gotta write up papers and this, that, and the other thing. So my mind's been really focusing on the book and on these legal issues. So yeah, that's my excuse. Anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well. You know, there's so many things to talk about, so many things that have happened in the news, but I'm gonna use this video to talk about the most recent shooting in Texas at, what was it, Fort Hood? You know, it dawns on me that a lot of, you know, I've been really pushing this channel trying to get more viewers, more subscribers. So I'm on like, you know, what the hell's the name of that? Obviously, I mean, I'm on Twitter, so I push it a lot on Twitter. And some of you guys, some of you new subscribers might have come from Instagram. I've been pushing it there too. If you are from Instagram and that's where you found me, let me know in the notes or in your comments so I can, you know, I'm trying to establish what works and what doesn't. One of the things that came to my mind regarding the shooting was this, you know, we've talked a little bit about active shooters before and how to deal with it when you're armed and with your family. But let's face it, not everybody's armed. And, you know, in situations like that, like the shooting at, you know, at Fort Hood, you know, those poor guys that lost their lives were unarmed, trying to go up against a guy that was bent on killing everybody. We've talked a lot about mindset. And I want to reiterate how important that is. And when you combine mindset with explosive, violent action, there's really no reason you should not be able to survive something like that and actually stop the violence if it's only one shooter. The way that you do that is you have to have it in your head long before you run into that situation. You have to know what you're going to do. Are you going to tie up with the suspect, with the shooter? And, you know, if you're in a situation like that where a guy is in a restaurant or your workplace or whatever and he's gunning people down and you're in close proximity, and you've already made up your mind that if you're in that situation, you're not going to just die. You're going to try to go out, at the very least, trying. What you need is you need the absolute commitment ahead of time, right now, today. Holy shit, there's a bald eagle. I don't think you can see it, man. He's too far away. Once you've established that you're going to tie up with a suspect or a shooter, you must have your mind in the right place, which is your absolute focus has to be the shooter's weapon, whether it's a long gun or handgun. If you are close to him and you have made that decision, you focus on his weapon and nothing else. Sorry about the wind. It's probably going to be hard to hear me now. I just came over a little hill. How weird is this? It was too windy to hear for you to hear me. I went and reviewed the video. This video you're listening to was started about 3 or 4 days ago. And here I am in about the same spot where the wind started. And I was listening to it, so I'm going to have to just redo it. And of course, you can imagine it's pretty hard to get enthusiastic about something that I was talking about 3 days ago. But basically, violence of action. What I was referring to there, and hopefully, I'm not sure where exactly to start. Hopefully it's not repetitive. What I'm referring to is making a commitment and then being absolutely explosive on your delivery. You can never go into something half-assed or even with just 3/4 speed when we're talking about disarming somebody. In the case of you being within arm's reach of a shooter, an active shooter, or anybody with a gun. Anybody pointing a gun at somebody's an active shooter in my mind. And so you must grab that gun. Now, if you grab, if it's a revolver, and I've demonstrated this before on other videos, but even a 4-year-old girl could put her hand around a revolver cylinder and apply enough pressure to where a guy my size couldn't pull the trigger. On the other hand, if it's a semi-automatic handgun, you need to grab that weapon with your hand over the slide. And remember, at the same time, you need to force the barrel. You know, I would push right and step left so that the barrel is not pointing at you or some innocent person, because in a semi-automatic platform, it's going to go off, probably going to get a shot off. Yes, you're going to get your hand burnt, but you need to suck that up and just keep on hanging on. Now, the weapon, something important to know, if you do that and you attempt to take away a gun takeaway, if you don't have a weapon and you intend on using the bad guy's weapon against him, it's important to know ahead of time that when you grab that weapon to disarm him and he gets a shot off, that gun is now 99.9% sure it's going to be malfunctioning because it was unable to cycle properly because your hand was over the slide. So you need to tap and rack that son of a bitch to make sure you got a hot round in the chamber. That's got to happen fast as you're stepping away from the suspect so that he doesn't grab the weapon from you. And the same thing with a rifle or a shotgun. You grab that barrel and push one way and step the other. You push one way and step the other, and then you twist. And listen, I don't care if this guy's thumbing your eyeball out. You never let go of that weapon. That's the point of this whole thing, is you are so committed that you're going to hold on to that weapon, you know, until you're either fucking dead or you get it away from him or somebody else comes in and assists. Now, oddly enough, I was watching videos yesterday, YouTube videos, and I was on hold somewhere and I was checking out a video, and it was it looked like the United Kingdom. It might have been Australia, but it was one of those countries where, I think it was the UK, because the cops didn't have weapons, didn't have guns. Two cops trying to arrest some dude on a motorcycle, and he went fucking crazy on him. They had one handcuff on him, and the smaller, weaker cop had a hold of the handcuff, the loose handcuff. And the suspect had his keys, you know, the way you teach women to hold them for like an anti-rape thing, with the key protruding through the finger, through the knuckles. And he punched that cop in the head that was holding the handcuff. Really fucked him up. I mean, right by the eye, you know. He was bleeding really bad. But he never let go of that thing until, you know, backup arrived and they were able to take the suspect into custody. And then the cop lost consciousness because of his injuries. He got punched twice with this key, you know, bleeding out of his nose and mouth and shit. That's the kind of attitude you have to have. It doesn't matter what the fuck's happening to you. You got your hand on the weapon, and in his case, the handcuff was a weapon. You're going to hold it there till he gets tired and leaves, or he dies of old age. But you're not going to let that thing go. That's pretty much it, man. Sorry the video's so weird. We've been jumping around between days, but I've been extremely busy, and I'll try to get something a little bit more squared away here coming up in the next day or two. Hope everybody is having a good week. LMS Tactical.